12 in a second.
So Terry, what did you think? What did you think of this list of the NFL rankings?
I think what the list is just another sign that people don't respect the Detroit Lions organization. I think it's a bullshit organization. They're bad today. They'll be bad tomorrow. They'll be bad forever. So what they did, they had the ESPN experts list the teams from 1 to 32 where they're going to be in the next 3 years. The Lions were number 31.
I just don't get it. I don't understand why we can't just... I've got enough negativity to deal with, okay? I've got AstroTurf burns on my knees that I don't want to talk about. I've got one of my best friends leaving. Can we talk about something positive about the Lions, okay?
This is positive.
31st!
No, listen to me, Art.
They're not last.
No, Terry, this is the part that you and I bang our head against the wall. Art, I'm really okay with it, next year and maybe even the year after, because they're building and they have extra picks and they want to do it the right way. Can we check back in 3 years to see when the Lions actually are going in the right direction and all that, which I firmly believe sitting here today they are going to do. I really, truly, really, no BS. I'm not going to blow smoke up your behind. Terry, why people can't see that this is kind of by design, I'm mystified. I got to be honest with you.
Well, because people want rebuilds to be quicker than they actually are.
No question.
The 5 year, when I was a young whippersnapper, we used to have the 5 year plan. That's done. Then it became the 3 year plan, and then it's like, okay, you have one bad season, maybe, and then you'll be great the next season. That's what people think, but that's not the case. And I'm all for that if the Lions were the 31st best team, because now you're getting draft picks. And do you believe in Brad Holmes?
I do. I believe in the whole. I believe in Campbell and Deuce and Anthony Lynn and all of them. What I'm saying is this, though, okay? 275 people heart reacted my Twitter tweet, okay, about the Lions going 10-7. That's 275 people that are on the bandwagon. And sometimes all that you need...
Baby boy, let me tell you something. All 275 people don't believe. They're delusional. They feel if they say it, it will happen.
Let me ask you something. Who made it to the Super Bowl, guys? Our new quarterback, Jared Goff, baby! You could rip his thumb off. You could rip it off, literally. Have a lion eat it, and he would come in the fourth quarter and do what Matthew Stafford couldn't. The fourth quarter Lions are no longer a thing. Stafford's going to throw for 12 yards.
And what's happened the last 2 years with your quarterback?
What's that?
The head coach of another organization gave up on him.
I know.
He became a turnover machine.
Do you know how hot it is in
LA?
He
had talent. Now he doesn't have the talent that helped him get to the Super Bowl.
And I get that, but Terry, it is hot in LA. Sometimes the heat, it gets in your pores and your skin. It blinds you. You get him a visor, and
it's
you
not
get him
that
some.
Hot in LA. It's just polluted.
Well, with that attitude.
Yes, Kennedy. Kennedy's even raising her hand. I got to give Joy credit. He's trained everybody around here.
I get too scared,
Everybody raises their hand now. It's amazing.
We don't talk about him on Mondays. Go, Kennedy.
Oh, damn.
Well, I was just going to go off of one of your very thought-through, awesome, amazing Lions takes, Art.
Thank you.
About the fourth quarter Lions. I feel the Lions are actually normally a second half team, and then they can't catch up. So I don't know what your fourth quarter mumbo jumbo is about, Art.
How many leads have they had in the fourth quarter? Not many. They're usually behind in the fourth quarter. And then Matthew Stafford.
That's what I'm saying. He's not blowing it in the fourth quarter. They weren't playing
Get off the Lions 10 wins train right now. You're kicked off.
They weren't playing well enough in the first half to win a game.
That's one thing that Stafford actually did do well, and some people would say that
Thank you.
It was to overcompensate for the mistakes that he made earlier in the game. But I think his fourth quarter comebacks are well known.
He delivered five times last year.
The last time,
not just I think his 2-minute drill is masterful. But part of that is the defense is in a prevent, and Stafford knew how to take advantage of that. What he needed to learn in a Lions uniform is how to take advantage of that defense when they're playing regular D.
You mentioned 31st overall, but their offensive line is ranked 29th.
Woo!
Yeah, get a bite of those kneecaps.
I love their offensive line. And you know what? I'm serious. I really love it now, and I think what it looks like a year from now or 2 years from now, if Penei Sewell develops the way that we think he's going to develop, and Jonah Jackson becomes, the answer at his position, this could be a damn good. I'm sorry, I sound like a broken record. I've been saying it for
they
weeks.
will be a top 5 offensive line.
I feel the same way, Terry.
Ooh.
I've been saying it for weeks.
I like that. No,
I felt that way for weeks. But Art, here's the difference. It's not going to happen overnight.
I know, because the season doesn't start until later in the year, in the fall.
Hey.
Why would it start overnight? It doesn't start the exhibition games. I mean, those are months away.
Wow, months,
Children,
no
I'm
S.
telling you, man. You're off having children.
Art, the last time the Lions made the playoffs, if you remember, they went 9-7. They lost their last 4 games, not the 3 in the regular season and then in the playoffs. But that year was synonymous with them having crazy comebacks, to Kennedy's point, because they came out of the gate those last 2 years under Jim Caldwell so slowly and got themselves in holes. And Terry, the big talking point was, okay, is it something that the coaching staff is doing? Because to consistently come out of the chute as slow as they did, that was all one was left to do, is to ascertain, okay, it's got to be how they're being coached or something. But that season, if you go back and look at their games, that season was synonymous with them having these crazy comebacks in the fourth quarter. It was a weird year. It was a weird year like that. And so a lot of people thought the next year that water was going to find its level and they weren't going to have as many comebacks. And although they did match their 9-win total that particular season in 2017, it wasn't good enough to either retain Jim Caldwell or get into the playoffs.
9-7, as we all know, is not good enough around here,
But
right?
here's the thing. Our offensive line is big this year. I think it's higher than 29th as ESPN has ranked it. What are your guys' thoughts?
Okay, ESPN, in regards to the offensive line, they do not know what they're talking about. I'm telling you, the next 2 years is going to be a top 5 offensive line. At the worst, it'll be a top 10. So if they're saying it's 29th this year, they don't know what they're doing.
We had a conversation a couple weeks ago about this, and I think it'll be a top 10 line this year, and then I'm looking for even more by the time the season ends, and then I'm looking for even more because, again, guys, rookies are going to make rookie mistakes. They're going to be better in year 2 and better in year 3. So, with a couple young pieces around there, you got a great anchor, arguably the best center in the game. They're going to be okay. And they're building the right way. They're building the right way.
I'll tell you this.
They just don't have a receiving core.
Ragnow and I are boys. I'm going to call him and let him know what you're saying.
All right.
He's not going to be happy.
Go ahead and tell him that I said he's the best center in the game.
No, I'm going to tell him that the 10-7 club ends right here because you guys don't believe.
We don't.
No, I don't believe
right
in the 10-7
now,
club.
but we do.
Not now.
For down the road. That's the part he doesn't get.
No.
You got to start believing in the Lions.
That's right, Fish.
Not this year.
Welcome back, baby.
Not this year. I believe in the direction they're going, but not. They don't have a linebacking core. They don't have safeties. They don't have wide receivers.
Okay, let me say something. Choo choo. The train's coming through. Are either of you getting on? This is your last chance.
No.
No?
No.
All right, let me ask around the room.
Keep going down the road.
Okay, Fish, you gonna jump on the 10-7 train?
No, I'm going to jump on Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah, baby. I love it.
Football's coming where it belongs, Detroit.
Woo!
But when you got windburn, did that affect your brain?
I'm sure it did. No, I'm sure it did.
Yeah, Fish, what happened to you? You were kind of like you were a voice of reason around here, and I'm worried that wind did affect your brain.
It very well could have. I don't know. I'm just pissed at it. It almost was
Or it
worse
could
than
have been
sunburn.
This gust of hot air over here.
Hey, Fish, let me get a lion roar real quick, buddy.
Rawr.
Oh, okay, we've got to work on that.
What did you expect?
We've got to work on that. No, that's sound like an angry chihuahua. We need.
Kennedy, are you getting on board?
Watch your words.
God, I hate being put in this spot. But no, realistically, no. On Twitter, though, yes, because it's really fun to be on board.
Wow.
The people are great.
Okay, just for some clout. When
Yeah.
you get on the wow.
Well, I will never be able to do that snarl
you won't.
thing.
You
but-
won't.
Let
Trains
me warn you,
departed.
sister. The friendly faces on Twitter will turn on you if whether you say the Lions are going to be good or bad. It doesn't matter.
You better get,
Yeah, they're going to come after
Just
you.
prepare yourself. Just prepare yourself.
Twitter is
I'm
not
just
the real world.
excited to see development this season. That's what's gonna make me tune in.
Develop these
I don't-
nuts. We're going 10-7.
Art.
I'm sick of all this Lions hate.
It's not
It's a
hate!
It's hate.
Would you stop it?
It's hate.
There's no hate here.
4 words. Hurt people. Hurt people.
Speaking
he's
of,
bitch
No
made.
one's hurt.
You can't. You're not allowed to say how you feel about a team without it being hate.
Yep.
speaking of
That's-
football,
That's small town mentality. That's worm boy mentality. You need to get off that.
Worm boy.
Okay? Be a man for once.
Oh, I am a man, and my Lions are coming with me. Penny Sewell, I got his phone number too. Maybe I'll call him and he'll tow your car with his bare hands. Or his lion hands, I should say. Fuck the Bears.
hey,
All right. I'll get on that train. Let's go. Terry, when you were younger, this is their generation doesn't get. I hated the Bears. That was a team for me, and that never went away. That was
Oh, you know what? I not only hated them, I feared them. Dick Butkus, going way back then, feared him. I thought not only was he kicking the Lions' ass, he's going to come up into the stands and through my TV and kick my ass
Yep.
too.
Yep. And for me, that 85 Bear team, it was so strange because I simultaneously wanted to be them more than anything. Like the Lions to walk around with that swagger. The circus is coming to town and somebody's going to get hurt. I mean, that was the Chicago Bears. It really was. And I watched that from afar, and it was envy. But boy, did I grow a hatred for the Bears, and it hasn't gone away.
When I
hate the
was a
Bears.
kid, the team, though, in the division I really hated, Minnesota Vikings.
Really?
Because they beat the Lions 17 times in a row. Every time they played Minnesota, I mean, they just get their asses kicked. Well, not necessarily on the scoreboard,
Yeah.
but on the field, your boys in Honolulu Blue just got their asses whooped by the Minnesota Vikings. They just manhandle them.
Hey, listen, if you lose to a team that dresses in purple, you should lose. We're Honolulu Blue all the way through. Lions 10-7. Who the hell are you? That's right.
And they split with Tampa every year. Yeah, you just set your watch to it. Tampa could be atrocious. They split with Tampa every gosh damn year growing up. And Tampa had some really bad teams. But somehow, some way, they'd go down to Florida and they'd lose down there. Little creamsicle uniforms. And you'd be sitting there going, how the hell did they lose to this shit show? But they did. I mean, it was... Yes, Fish.
speaking of shit show, what do we think of the Bears?
I fucking hate the Bears.
Yeah, shit. What do we think of shit? The Bears.
I hate the Bears. Gosh,
You know
I
what?
hate the
You're
Bears.
supposed to hate Chicago sports teams in general. The Bears you hate. The Bulls is a
Yep.
team that you should hate if you're from Detroit. The Blackhawks, the Wings and the Blackhawks
Back in
used
the
to
day?
used to thump.
Start a new career in an industry that is always essential, the heating and cooling. To learn more today, go to northwesterntech.edu.